Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. All right. Thursday, right? Or no? Thursday?
It is Thursday. Yes.
Oh, don't ask me. I work graveyards. I have no idea what day it is anymore.
It's hell. Well, could be worse. Could be worse.
Unemployment.
Yeah, unemployment is worse. Unemployment is worse. All right, everyone. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, the morning show. It's Comicsgate Live, but it's in the morning. So you can have a cup of coffee. We'll go over what's going on in the world of entertainment. We'll talk about Comicsgate. We'll talk about, movies, stuff like that. And we get Comicsgaters in here. And of course, I'm joined by my partner, in a heterosexual way, so far for now. Antonio Bryce. How are you, Antonio?
I am doing very well, my friend. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. A little headachy. I stayed again. I'm staying up too late. I'm taking advantage of just the quiet time at night. So I'll talk about that in a second. I also want to introduce you to Ben Jones. Ben Jones of Asgard.
What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a very good morning, even though it's nighttime for me, technically.
Yeah, that's a strange thing. But you know what? You miss all the horrible stuff that happens during the day when you're on a night schedule. During the day, that's when people act nuts. So you can get like the bad news from misbehavior in Australia because those people are awake and having a day. They're on the other side of the planet, Ben. But now, when you're sleeping in the United States, you can ignore all the weirdo stuff that happens in the United States during the day.
I wish that was the truth. There's still a fair amount of them hanging around late at night. The vampire crowd.
I'm a recovering vampire. I'm a recovering vampire at this point. Yeah, I got 5 hours of sleep last night. I don't know what it was. I finished off Sopranos. I watched the last episode of The Sopranos. And I was just like, yeah, now more than ever, I do know when the show first aired, I was not sure what it meant. Now I know what it means, and I'm sure of it. They left it open to interpretation, but no. And then yeah, I just stayed up and just kept drawing, and I looked at the clock. I was like, oh my god, it's after 3 a.m. I got to get to bed, or I'm not going to be up for the morning show. And listen. My 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. schedule is going to be the thing that keeps my life on track. I've determined that. I've determined it's going to be the thing that keeps my life on track. I'll just make sure that I get most of my work done during the day. I don't slide into some backwards thing. I can take a little nap. I take a little nap during the afternoon, but for the most part, yeah, this is the way it's got to be. We got to do it this way. Frank Martin, can you put on headphones, please?
Yes, better.
Yes. Yeah, it's good to see you. So that's the thing. Sopranos, by the way, still the best TV show ever made. The best show ever made. And I feel bad for people who haven't seen it. Will I Am says it's time for Ethan to watch Breaking Bad now. I've seen Breaking Bad. Have you guys all seen Breaking Bad?
Every episode.
Yeah. It was like, you know what? I think of television in terms of tiers, and like there are tiers of greatness, and Breaking Bad is on the same tier as, say, The Shield. People are going to disagree with me here. It wasn't that great. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't that. It was more goofy. It was goofy. Did that resemble real life in any way? I mean, it was just kind of fun. It was like. And it was well done, but I didn't believe it for a second. Like, I just didn't think. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. Thought it was kind of hokey. You know, but I mean, it's good. It's fun to watch. It's like junk food. You watch it and go, oh yeah, yeah. You know, these two clowns they're running a meth lab. You know? he's a science teacher. Of course, he could make meth, crystal meth. So you know, kind of interesting. But Sopranos is just such a slice of that time period. I mean, from 1998 to 2007. You know, all of our concerns about terrorism. And it, you know, the thing about it is you watch AJ sink into Anthony Jr., Tony Soprano's son, his teenage son, sink into depression as he becomes an SJW. And that's kind of fun too. I mean, they didn't know what it was when you know, there was no such thing as a social justice warrior. There was no such term, I guess, to define that mental illness, but it existed back then. You know, it was just people who were taking in nonstop stream of, you know, anti George Bush, you know, the same kind of MSNBC garbage that you know you get now in terms of Trump. You take in a steady stream of that and feel powerless and helpless and just sink into mental illness. And you know, AJ was already preordained, predisposed to be kind of mentally ill. But that's what he was doing at the end of the show. He's just watching, oh yeah, the terrorists, this or that, and George Bush let Al Qaeda flee into the all the stuff that like you remember hearing about on TV and on social media, you know, in 2004, 5, 6, 7, you know, just a great time capsule. It's just a great time capsule. So I'm glad I watched that. I guess I'm now going to watch Mad Men again. Those are the two greatest shows of all time, in my opinion. Mad Men and Sopranos.
Where's your stance on the West Wing?
You know, I watched some of the first. I think I actually watched the entire first season of The West Wing, and I thought this is good. It'd be especially good if I were a liberal, but as a conservative, I would watch them sort of. It just seems sort of masturbatory. They would sort of bring in, hey, this is obviously Ann Coulter, you know, that they brought in. This is a cardboard cutout of Ann Coulter. And we're going to put her on the show so that our president character can beat the living crap out of her. And she's just going to stand there like with nothing to say, you know, in the face of the you know, glaring truth of this, you know, this liberal who's tearing into her.
Around during then?
Oh yeah.
I've never really followed her. Yeah, for me, West Wing, I love their dialogue, and Babylon 5 as far as sci-fi shows. You know, that brings up an interesting point that you were just talking about, Ethan, how a show can reflect a future incident or a future agenda or a future political uh, feeling. And in Babylon 5, they had several episodes of where the media was controlling how people thought and what was going on, and you know what was really going on, and how and what the media portrayed were two different things. And this was in the 90s, early 2000s that this came out, way before what's now. It reflects exactly kind of how we feel today.
Yeah. It's fun to look at that stuff. I mean, you know, some television actually just lasts forever, you know, and it does. Sopranos had a couple moments of just like eeriness, like in 1999. You know, their main character was dying. Well, the boss of New Jersey was dying of cancer, and he's on his deathbed. He's kind of delirious, and his last words are like, "I'm at the Twin Towers," and then he dies. And it's just like, you know, there are all these spooky kind of references to things that were about to happen that were just in the bloodstream. You know, yeah, everything about the World Trade Center freaks me out now. It's just like that was such a pivotal moment, you know, of just everything changing. And Sopranos kind of enveloped that. You know, it took place right before it and then right after it. And so you can kind of see, you know, the I don't know, the unraveling of American culture almost. TOAOM123 $2. So I've never read Punisher. Where should I start? Well, that's an interesting question. The Mike Zeck miniseries would be a good place to start from back in the 80s.
Try Garth Ennis's run. Garth Ennis's Punisher was fantastic, and it's all in trade paperback. Yeah, the Mac stuff that he wrote is phenomenal.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, good luck. I've never been that much of a Punisher fan. I always thought he worked better as a character within Spider-Man, or you know what I mean, like, or a Wolverine team up. But my dad used to collect the Punisher War Journal. He had every single issue, and he loved the Punisher.
I used to read Chuck Dixon stuff on that. So.
My dad was like a pacifist, but he loved Punisher.
Oh wow,
Frank, yeah, could you plug in those headphones, please? Hi, so Frank's here from Last Night Galactic Comet. Appreciate your joining us. Frank Martin, good morning. So I don't know, woke up and checked out the news today. First of all, somebody sent me a hilarious link, and I don't know how to show videos, but I'm going to recommend that you find this. It's going to be buzzing all over Twitter today. There was a great video of a girl standing up at New York City Comic-Con on October 7th and just asking Sana Amanat and a panel, an ominous panel of like 8 women, the women of Marvel. How many, what the, and they're all just sitting there. I don't know any of them. I don't know what they do. I have no idea, but this brave woman who kind of is like, to me, she is the Nasser of Comicsgate women. God bless her for this. She stands up and she's just like, don't you think that like maybe the sales, the problems that you're having with your comics in terms of sales might have something to do with the fact that you are, jamming diversity into everything. And she said, and hiring people who are not experienced. And these women who were, it's fun to watch them because they're all like, okay, you could read all of their minds. All right. There are 8 women. They know exactly what's going on. This question. Surprised that some.
You're dying, Ethan. Did Ethan die on everybody else?
Yeah. So we're gonna keep the show going. And,
why does it always happen with me and you, Antonio? I don't understand it.
It's the Wonder Twin powers. But how is Asgard doing, Ben? How is Asgard doing?
Asgard is doing very well right now. We're at 380 backers, about 120 where my personal goal is.
I'm one of those backers. So.
Well, you can get ready because the book right now, I've finalized it at 61 pages of story. So.
Oh wow.
The original.
Keith wanting to add pages. I don't know if I want to add more pages, but he is a busy beaver. He is doing the thing, and the stuff that he's showing. It was great when I gave him the first 20 pages. He just started laying everything out. It's amazing. So
I've been watching him. So it's
I have to hold him back. He be trying to show every damn thing. I'll be like, man, we ain't ready to go. We giving y'all a little taste. I just want to let the people know that we are actually working and we're not just sitting around twiddling our thumbs and everything. So we're just trying to, make sure everybody knows that we are doing the work. I see Doug Tenaple. Doug, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Really good. Antonio, how you do? How you do?
I am well, sir. I am well.
You're a hardworking man.
I'm just trying to do the work, brother. I'm just trying to get it out here and make sure that we're on task because there's a lot of stuff to be done.
A lot of moving parts.
Oh yeah,
T-shirts and it's
exactly. Yeah, the T-shirt stuff. I've talked to like 3 or 4 different people. As far as T-shirt merchants and stuff. So, so like over 200 T-shirts, and I was like, wow.
That's amazing. Actually, that's a lot.
Yeah, we got over 1,600 backers. I was surprised by that. So
to have 200 T-shirts is pretty high yield for having even that amount of backers. That's high.
And trust me. And like I said, we're trying to get it going. Okay, hey, we holding you down, baby. We gonna keep the show moving while before you come back. So.
We got it covered, man.
Yes, sir.
People love T-shirts, and that's why they should all pick up a brand T-shirt. because
I
they're
almost,
practical. People want they like posters, they like all the comics and stuff, but t-shirt is something, you know, it keeps you warm, you can wear it. It's like a coffee mug. It's a very practical thing. I think that's why they're so popular.
yeah, I was like, man, I wouldn't at first. I wasn't gonna do a shirt, and then some of the backers asked. They was like, you know, we bought a book already, but you know, if you added like a T-shirt or something, I could maybe get behind it. And then Kanan came on my channel, and he drew that Dark Santana, and I was like, that's a shirt. It just looked so dope what he did, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right. And he sent it over to me, and I was like, all right, this is it, man. We put it in, the sales just skyrocketed on it. It was crazy.
People can wear that to a heavy metal concert.
Yeah.
What
So,
about
yeah,
your
I mean,
alternate cover? Tell me about that.
oh, that's actually talked to him again the other day. A guy named Manasa Johnson, who is he's been doing a lot of stuff on the underground, big Instagram following. He's got like about 55,000 followers.
He's the painter, right?
Yeah, he's been published like in a couple magazines. Been published in like the Source magazine and stuff like that. He does all kind of things: airbrush, like charcoal, different styles. And he basically, like I said, Kevin Hart saw some of his work and reached out to him. And then he's done 2 pieces for Kevin Hart. He's got a movie poster for a Steven Spielberg movie coming up. He's got a lot of stuff. Like you said, he almost didn't take the job, but me and him kind of vibed, and he was like, that actually sounds intriguing, because he's not a comic book artist. That's kind of
his style is very, I saw his paintings of like Shaquille and stuff, and
it
looked dead on.
James. Yeah.
It looked dead on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The style that he has is incredible. So yeah, that's he sent me a preview of just the layout of his variant cover that he's doing for us, and then I gave him some little tweak points that needed to be added, and then hey, like I said, I'm excited to have this, and I can't wait to actually have this piece of art hanging
It's
in my
going to be
home.
money. But what did the variant art tier do to your backers? Like, how many backers came in at that?
There was a lot of people that upgraded, because like I said, if you just order just the shirt, just the regular package, you get Kanan's cover, but just for another $5 you get the twin pack. So you can get both covers, or if you order one of the T-shirts or sketch cover or one of Kanan's original art pages, you all automatically get Manasa's variant. So we're throwing that in there. So there's only, it's obviously going to have a lower print run than the main variant.
Yeah.
I know we've sold over 2,000 books so far. So
Nice.
Yeah. We're happy.
So because Mike Miller was jumping me last night, not jumping, just saying you really should do a variant cover, and he brought one in after his campaign was over in the in-demand store. So if I did a Bigfoot Bill variant cover, would I have to add perk tiers on top of every tier that I already have that includes the variant cover for X amount more?
Well, that's the thing. I added mine late, because it was definitely later in the campaign. Yeah. We were already about to hit 30,000 when I added the variant. So
yeah, but people were already in your tiers, so you couldn't adjust the perk tiers. So you had to add all new tiers on top of the tiers you already made, right?
I just the good thing is because of some of the failures we had on Kickstarter, yeah. I had people had said, could you add like a twin pack? So I already had the twin pack added in. So I was just like, okay, if you got the twin pack, people had said, hey, give us a 2-pack, a 5-pack, a 10-pack, a 25-pack. So I had already had that stuff in, but they were just going to get Kanan's cover. So now I was like, okay, when I added the variant, I just flipped it on them. I was like, okay, so if you got the twin pack, you get 1 and 1. You got the 5-pack, you get 2 variants, 3 regulars. You get to 10, you get three of the variants and 7 regulars. 25 gets 5 of the variants and 20. So yeah, I appreciate those retailers that have reached out and upgraded as well. So
nice.
Yeah, it worked out. So thank God. I think I'll do that the next time too.
Yeah, I got to find a way to work one in, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to see a variant. That would be awesome. Get a different art style.
Makes me want to do a Bigfoot Bill variant.